Hello and welcome to the Epson SureColor F2270 unboxing. Once you open the top of the box, you will see a sealed box at the very top, along with a foam insert that holds a liquid cartridge for maintenance, power cable, some graphs that explain maintenance. Once we have gone through the items in the foam insert, let's put them in a secure location. Here we are opening the top box to show you what is inside. Once we remove the top box, there's a secondary box underneath that contains the waste tank, the tubing, and the accessories for the waste tank. We're going to set that aside in a safe location as well, and we'll come back to that. Now we want to remove all the cardboard from the sides that keep it safe, and then we're going to remove the top shell of the cardboard, so that way we see the printer and the foam insert that it sits in. Here we're unboxing a stand. This is sold separately, but we want to go ahead and get this DTG stand that also fits the F2100, because this is going to make life a lot easier for maintaining our machine, because it has its own storage compartment. It has its own set of wheels and is rated for the weight of the current printer. The casters are real easy to assemble. At the bottom, it's just 4 screws per each. You want to go back and make sure everything's tightened. Let's remove the foam inserts at the bottom of the printer to make it easier to remove it from the larger foam insert that the main printer sits on. The printer requires 4 people to grab it at each corner to lift it up properly, to set it and stabilize it on whatever stand or table that you are using. Once the printer is on the stand or desk, whichever you place it on, please begin removing the blue tape and the silicone foam on the top. Please double check the printer for any excess tape that you may have missed the first time. On the back of the printer, there is a foam insert that must be removed before putting on the back plate. We will be installing the back side of the printer, but first we want to loosen the caps that go on the drainage section. There's one to the left and one to the right. I want to make sure those are loosened so that way we can come back and install the tubes. There are 4 pre-installed screws in the backing plate that covers the printer. They're to be hand tightened. With the proper stand, the printer is quite easy to move. Just look at me glide around. Once you have the printer in its final location, you do want to leave some space to get around to the back side. Here we will be removing the stops that are on the waste ink drainage system and installing the waste tube. You have one that goes on the left and one that goes on the right. We do not want to cut these quite yet until we are sure that our printer is going to stay in this location. Here you see me cutting a little excess off the tubing at the very bottom because I know my tank is going to stay within 2 to 3 feet of my printer at all times. Now you are ready to attach the power cable, and if you're using an Ethernet, you can attach the Ethernet or the printer cable at this point in time. See, even I forget to remove all the tape. We are removing the carriage lock, and make sure that you store that in a safe location. We want to open the top of the printer and make sure that the wiper roller is secured. Once you power on the printer, it will open with the basics, which means you have to select your language, then whether it's winter or summertime. Then it will be date and time, whether you want to do 12 hours or 24 hours. If you want military time, that's completely up to you. Then you enter it, then it'll ask you feet and then Fahrenheit. Here we are putting in the charging dock that you'll need to cycle the white ink. We are removing the gray piece that you'll put back in shortly. This normally takes about 33 minutes. The F2270 comes with the new style of ink cartridges, so instead of an actual cartridge, you have a pouch and removable and reusable trays to be eco-friendly. The starting set of ink is 800 milliliters instead of the standard 250 that it used to come with. So this time around, you'll be able to start printing as soon as you get it set up. You do want to pre-shake the ink pouches before placing them into the slots. This normally takes about 33 minutes. Once the ink is done cycling, it will prompt you to remove the charging dock. Now that we have removed that dock, we want to replace that gray bracket back into there so it completes the cycle. Let's place the platen on top of the carrying cartridge. We do want to remember to adjust the height to make sure that we're on P when we start off for the highest setting. Now we are going to place a direct to film on top of the platen to run a nozzle check, so that way we make sure that our printer is up and ready to go. Now that we have solid lines on our nozzle check, it is ready to go. Please like, share, and follow along at Imaging Spectrum on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.